All right, and welcome to episode 8 of the Fantasy Fitness Podcast. I am Taylor, as always, and I'm joined by my lovely fiance and co-host.
Julie.
And we are just wrapping up we have wrapped up week 5 of the NFL and fantasy season, going into week 6. The Thursday night game is actually tonight. We're a day late recording this podcast. And that is entirely on me. This is what I'm officially dubbing as the sick cast because I am sick yet again.
Yeah.
So if you hear any sniffling or random coughing, I do apologize. We're still trying to get this busted out for us and for you guys. But yeah, I went from being sick like maybe once, rarely twice a year to back to back.
Well, part of it is that the population you work with every day, and then also living in a household with a child.
I know. It's all your guys' fault. It's not mine.
It is not. Neither one of us is sick this time. That's on you.
It's everyone's fault but mine. But yeah, anyways, Thursday Night Football is tonight, kicks off in a little over an hour now. So we're going to run through what our week 5 looked like, talk about how the punishment for you went, any changes that we've made, how we're feeling about our teams going into week 6. And yeah, we'll find out who draws this week's punishment. We already know, but you guys don't know.
Well, we can just segue into that. I at least won something this week. My record is 1-4, but I did win in our mini competition. I outscored Taylor this week.
You beat me on the points. I did not have a good week, which I knew going into, but yes, I get to draw this week's punishment, which means you're officially winning on the least amount of last place punishments.
Yes. Should we go through my team first since I won this week?
Yeah, go for it. Since you were the winner of our little mini competition, not in the league, but our mini competitions, who is your MVP for this week?
I mean, I guess like we talked about earlier, you and I guess technically it was Jackson Dart, though I do regret listening to anyone yet again because Trevor Lawrence got 10 more points than Jackson Dart did, but Jackson got 17.
To be fair with Lawrence, that last go-ahead touchdown was insane. He fell on the ground, stumbled, didn't get touched, and then ran it in himself.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's not one we really could have predicted, and that's an additional 6+ points.
And still, without that, though, he still would have beat Dart.
This is true.
I actually picked him back up for this week, Trevor Lawrence.
T-Law?
Yeah.
What about your weakest link?
My freaking Seattle's defense, which was disappointing because we were at that game, but they got me -3.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Yeah.
It came down to literally last 2-3 seconds.
It was fun to watch in person. It was my first Seahawks game, but very disappointing that I had them on my roster and they did so terribly.
Yeah, it was definitely a high offense game.
Yeah.
And that is not what you wanted for your defense.
This was also my worst kicker week so far. He only got me 3 points.
Yeah, that is bad for you. Normally, kicker, and I've said from the very beginning, don't undervalue the kickers. The kickers are great. They get you points.
That was a pretty close game, though. I had Chad Ryland, and it was the game versus Tennessee was 21-22.
Yeah, that's pretty low scoring.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of. I mean, that's basically just extra points you got for it. And so you already said your record is 1-4.
Yes, I'm 1-4.
And I think when I looked, you were sitting at 13th out of 14.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the only person doing worse than me is my boss. The one that made me that terrible trade offer last week. So thankfully I didn't take it. Although everyone's saying Krosky Merritt's going to have a great week.
Bill Krosky.
Yeah, they're saying he's going to have a good week. I don't believe it. I don't believe anyone. I'm just listening to myself from here on out.
And we always put on, well, at least I do, put on different fantasy pros, quote unquote, just to listen and make sure that I'm staying in the loop. But you were sitting there while I was dying sick on the couch, eating my chicken noodle soup, listening to fantasy footballers. And yeah, they were all about Bill Krosky this week, but they kind of have been. I haven't seen anything that amazing out of him. I also haven't been looking that closely because I don't stand a chance
He's
of
been
ever
doing
having him.
terrible.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but all right, and so that will lead us into my team. I did lose last week. I was going on a 3-game win streak, and I knew going in my chances weren't good.
Who was your MVP?
My MVP again, Baker Mayfield. I mean, we were at that game, and it was a just offense showdown. And Baker is I don't even know if I can say slowly. I think he has catapulted his way to like my favorite player in the league right now because you put him in those need to win situations and fire lights under his ass. He is getting everyone else hyped. He starts making plays and he is just a dude out there playing football. He loves it and it shows, and he just keeps producing and scoring and scoring and scoring. Now, with that being said, the one time I could have debated putting CJ Stroud in because Seattle's D has been looking pretty good against the pass. Stroud gets a little over 28 points. And I don't necessarily see him replicating that a whole bunch. I wish he would do more because I have Nico.
Yeah.
And with him getting 28 plus points, Nico got 19.
Wow.
So, and that was, or no, sorry, he got 14. But still, that's top performance of the year so far from him, which I
Yeah.
needed out of him. My weakest link, I mean, I had a few, and I'm gonna go with Sean Tucker just because I picked him up because Bucky Irving was out. I needed a running back. We are so thin in running backs in our league
Yeah.
that I kept hearing, Tucker might be getting more and more of those touches with Bucky out. And I looked at his stats. He was getting some passes in the back from the backfield, and no, he got me 1.4 points. Just
Ooh, that's rough.
yeah, he
At
couldn't
least
do
you didn't go negative.
yeah, couldn't do anything against Seattle, which is okay. Like that was a last minute. I just need a running back to put in, and so I rolled with it, and yeah, paid the price on that. But as far as someone that I'm not, or that I had on my roster that I don't plan on getting rid of, that was a disappointment, was Juwan Johnson. And
Yeah.
it's 2 weeks in a row where he's underperformed. He only got 2.7 in our league. I think he's going to be doing a little bit better going forward. From what I looked at, he's got some easier matchups, and he's due to keep coming back. I mean, New Orleans, they suck. They're one of the worst teams in the league, but they are scoring and they're
Yeah.
keeping games close, which is good, which is what we want for fantasy football. We want high offense unless you have that defense. But generally, you're going to have your players spread out throughout the whole league. So that's what makes it tough for the defenses. It's like, oh shit, I left my quarterback in against the defense.
I would have been better off doing that last week with Dart.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
We both kind of had rough goes as far as against our opponents, but I knew my win streak had to come to an end. I'm still sitting at 3-2. I'm at 6th. I'm in the last playoff spot right now. Went from 3rd to 6th. This week ain't looking much better for me either. It could, but yeah, I'm dealing with injuries now. I was the injury-free team for the first 4 weeks, and then week 5 hit. It's like, crap. Week 6 comes, and every day I get all these updates like they've gone from healthy to questionable to out to questionable to healthy, and it makes it real tough to figure out who I'm actually going to play. Bucky, everything that I'm hearing, he's still going to be out. So I went ahead and picked up Vidal on the Chargers with Amari and Hampton being out. There's lots of talk about him being the back that could be getting a lot of touches. It's him and Haskins, and it's a real coin flip right now who's going to be the more dominant, get the touches back on there. But I do like what I was hearing that he also is getting some passes from Herbert out there. So I'm again rolling the dice,
Nice.
hoping that I get a running back off the waivers that can do something.
Do you have any other changes this week?
Yeah, I put Cup back in just because McLaurin's also, it doesn't sound like he's going to be good to go for Monday. I really wish he was. He's one of those, he hasn't been spectacular, but he's been consistent for the most
Yeah.
part, point wise. But rolling without him again. I got Dobbs in. And then this is the last week without Rashee Rice, at least for now. So just waiting for week 7. So I can hopefully start having some little more trade capital for some people.
Well, at least he'll
But
be injury free, hopefully, for the rest of the
I'm
season
hoping
since
because
he's
yeah,
had a break this whole time.
no one has been like out or IR on my team, which I'm thankful for. But yeah, Bucky is a big blow on it. And then yeah, Terry, this is gonna be his 3rd game that he's missing. So everything was looking good. And then he didn't practice today. So I don't know what's going on with him. With quad, they're not really saying a whole lot from what I've seen. So yeah, my team. Oh, and I also switched out my defense. I picked up the Pittsburgh defense because they're going against Cleveland, and I'm just hoping to get lucky. I was trying to get Green Bay, but that was immediately taken off the waivers. And I'm
Yeah.
still like right in that middle of the pack on the waiver. So I just have to kind of get lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. But any changes
Uh,
on your team for this week?
I'm gonna leave in Keenan Allen because he didn't get a touchdown last week, and I'm confident he will get one this week. I have to watch Kamara. People are saying he's probably not actually questionable, that he's just not trying to get injured before he gets traded. So we'll see if that's true. And
It
I don't
sounds like
know.
there's quite a few teams interested in him too. So
Yeah,
that's also something to keep an eye on for the rest of the season is how he meshes
where
if he
he
does
ends
get
up at.
traded. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I don't. Oh, sorry. I don't know how to
Yeah.
see my
Waller was
team.
a good pickup for you again
Well, yeah,
for last
I've
week. I
kept
think he's going to do good again this week.
yes, and I also have how do you say his name? Keandre Miller?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have him in case Kamara gets traded or in case he's just out this week and I have to switch him out. But Waller is also questionable, but I do have Kyle Pitts and he's not on bye this week, so I can switch him if I want
Yeah.
to.
You're sitting pretty at tight end.
I probably just should switch him.
Yeah. I got
Waller's actually projected to do better though if he plays.
Waller's been on a tear
Yeah.
lately. And again, he was that guy. We talked about it last week. He was out for a really long time and there was just a lot of hype for getting him back because he is such a stud of an athlete and he's huge.
Yeah. It looks like they have ruled Lamar Jackson out again this week. He hasn't practiced at all, and his projections went from like 27 to 0.
And we kind
So
of saw that coming with the bye
I
week
don't think
next
he'll be
week.
playing.
So they're
Yeah.
just gonna rest him up.
And I was gonna say, you think you're hurting with injuries. I have the biggest
I went
injuries.
from injury free to and my team's not stacked. So
Mine on paper is really, really good.
yeah, we knew Lamar was gonna be probably sitting out for this week because they have the bye coming up and might as well rest
Mhm.
your stud of a quarterback. Now, their backup situation has been terrible. So I think
Yeah.
we can see another Baltimore loss coming this week.
Yeah.
And neither one of us have anyone receiving wise
Thank
or even
goodness.
running back wise on
Yeah.
the Ravens. So that's not affecting us really that much. And
I
yeah,
wanted to get the defense going up against them because that's a good plan, I think, for anyone that can, but they're already taken this week.
yeah, and of course they're just gonna be snatched right up because why wouldn't you? It's kind of
Well,
like getting
maybe.
whoever's going against Cincinnati, which I believe is Green Bay this week. So yeah, of course they went right away
Yeah,
first.
but I don't know who all is paying attention to the Ravens situation, so that could be good knowledge just for you and I, really.
Just a little household
Well, but this is really
battle.
hopefully, fingers crossed, the last week without Lamar. So
It should be. It should be. And there's going to be a couple people I think coming back. I mean, we're in that bye part of the year where people are going to be getting rest. So it's not always going to look good for us going against our opponents either because people are going to be getting rest and coming back. It's just a matter of when and how healthy they will be and how healthy the rest of the league stays. There's been a lot of injuries this year.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
looking
also
really good
not
for me.
stoked that Tyrone Tracy sounds like he's potentially coming back. Because Scattaboo has been just tearing it up.
But
And
hopefully they'll just keep using him because they know he's been tearing it up.
yeah, and he's been catching the ball too, which I full PPR would be nice because that would be a full point every time he got it, or and a half, but I'll still take it, and it's still yards.
Mhm.
And I just like Scatterboo.
Yeah, but that's how those young guys like Scatterboo get their time to shine, right? Is these older or more veteran players get injured or have to take breaks or whatever, and then these guys get a chance,
That
and
they
then
just need that opportunity.
their quarterbacks learn to touch or learn to trust them. That's what I'm trying to
Just
say.
them, see them. They get to
Yeah,
know the playbook a little better, know how their offensive line and the rest
yeah.
of the team plays. So yeah, and I'm hoping Scatterboo just keeps going with that. But enough of our teams. We get to the dreaded punishment bowl. It's only dreadful because I'm having to pull it. I know you all
Oh,
feel
I
the
hope you
same
get a
way.
bad one.
There's so many in here still. But yes, we
Oh, I was
got
given more ideas to add from the people in our league too.
oh, well, you did share those with me. But no, we're still sitting. I think there's 11 in here
Yeah,
after
I haven't
you
added those
left
ones. I'll have
last
to do
polled.
that.
So for the fifth punishment between Julie and I, it's gonna be I always say it every time. Maybe if I don't say
I'm
it,
so
it'll come
nervous. I
up.
might be more nervous than you.
All right. I we gotta buy some hot sauce. I'm doing the hot ones challenge.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Which again, I love spicy food. So not the worst one for me to get. So all right. So I will be doing the hot ones challenge. And that will be following up the punishment that you did for this last week, which was a lot of fun. The timeout challenge.
Yes, that was
Or
fun.
well, the timeout punishment, we should say.
Mhm.
And yeah, we took advantage of crossing the ferry and being at the Seahawks game to make you do that. And probably got like good 6 or 7
I think it was 6.
timeouts in. Tried to save them mostly for the game, but then I realized we're in our seats most of the time
Yeah.
for the game. And one of them, I told you, it was like the very last one, told you to go to timeout, and you're basically just looking at the skyline of the city. I was
Yeah.
like, well, that's not a timeout.
But there were some good embarrassing
There
ones
were
in
some
there.
good on the ferry. You looking through the glass
Yeah.
at everyone sitting, the old man
Mhm. And that
shaking his
time
finger at
yeah,
you.
and you can see in the video there was, like, a kid staring, like, "Why is she in the corner?" And then
Yeah.
the guy that asked what I did and stuff, so
And in order to see that, you have to go to our socials and like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
for the hot ones challenge, are we doing all of them or just the hottest one? I feel like we should just do the hottest
Yeah,
one.
the last dab.
Yeah, and have you do, like,
The
I don't know,
bomb.
like 6 of them.
6.
See how
Look,
much you can
they just
tolerate.
do I'll do it. I mean, I like spicy food, but they just do like it's the last dab. They just do a little bit on there.
No,
But
you gotta do a whole
we're gonna
wing
coat
coated
the
in it.
whole wing.
Yeah, at least one whole
Cool.
wing coated in it.
All right.
That's what Sugam wanted us to add was the hot chip challenge.
Oh, no, you can't even buy those anymore.
Oh, you can?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, they're gone. I mean, last I heard, they like took those off the market. They're done because people were
Oh.
like getting hospitalized for them and
Oh,
stuff. Yeah, it's bad.
wow, Sugam's rude.
I know. But yeah, so the hot ones challenge will be the bomb sauce on a wing. So it'll be dependent on how fast Amazon can get it to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, just be on the lookout for that on our socials because that'll be the next one coming. Your challenge or punishment is already up. And yeah, it's gonna be a good fun time. You're gonna see me turn even more pink and red and sweaty than I am when I'm sick.
I know you
So
might like it right now. It might help you sweat it out.
yeah, I know. Why can't we do it now? No. Yeah, but all right, so that is going to be punishment number 5.
Yep.
And I think going into week 6, you're projected to beat me
Thank
again.
goodness. I need you to
So
get some of those bad ones out of there. You can keep pulling
you
easy
would
ones.
die on the hot ones challenge. You don't do spice that well.
I could handle it.
That's what she says.
I could.
Yeah.
There was something we ate last. Oh, those enchiladas from Costco though. That makes me sound really white. I was like, these are kind of spicy.
Oh yeah. Just Costco enchiladas. Not spicy at all. But she could do the hot one.
I
the
could
bomb.
do it.
A whole wing coated, I'm sure. Yeah. I don't see that happening.
Some people on that show end up being like, this is nothing.
Yeah. and they're psychos. No, I've done hot wing challenges before in the
I know
past,
you did
so
the Buffalo Wild Wing one
yeah, the
once.
blazing one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
I
you
had
say you
like
hated it?
12. Yeah, it just didn't taste good.
Oh.
It was spicy, but I had like 12 of them.
Oh.
So
The hottest one that
yeah,
they do? Wow. I've heard from a lot of people that it's actually really bad.
I mean, it was hot.
Yeah.
I was drooling and nose was running and everything, but I
Yeah.
still ate like a dozen wings
Well,
of it.
see, then you can do one of the
I know.
hot ones.
And anytime I go to Leavenworth, I go to the hot sauce shop and I'm always trying the hottest
It
one. I
won't even
like
be
hot
funny
sauce.
if you don't have any reaction.
Oh, there will be some. Like I'll be sweating. My body still goes through the full experience.
Yeah.
I just tolerate it.
But people won't even have fun watching it if there's nothing.
Ah, it'll be
So
good.
hopefully it is spicy to you.
Well, a whole wing should be nice and spicy. So we'll even put a little extra on there. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to go over all of our fantasy football talk and results and what to look forward to coming up for next week. So now we're going to pivot into what we've been doing exercise, fitness wise, life wise. And we've been getting back to that consistency on the exercises. I didn't do it today because I was in a NyQuil hangover and daze, just trying to sleep this off because I'm determined to only take one day off of work.
I think you need to tell the people why we've truly been inconsistent, though.
Oh, it's 100% me.
No, like, what have you been prioritizing?
Oh, our Halloween decorations. Of course. We are until what, yesterday?
Yeah.
We were the only house in our whole, not only cul-de-sac, like neighborhood with any Halloween decorations
Yeah.
out. And I'm hand making most of the stuff that we got. I got a fog machine that is way too big for just a front yard. It's like meant for a corn maze and made the headstones. I've been letting that kind of take over
Yeah, the other
my
day he
free
was like, "We're
time.
gonna work out," and then, like, he was like, "But first I'm gonna go to Lowe's and I'm gonna buy new stuff to spread the fog out, blah, blah, blah," and then he came back and we never worked.
No, yeah. So, but it's spooky season. We're doing the front yard. I gotta win. I mean, we don't actually have an official neighborhood competition, but
Well, you're winning right now.
I know. And then our neighbor obviously went to Lowe's and bought like a $450 10-foot
What
statue
even is it?
mannequin
Yeah.
thing.
I don't even it's spooky looking, but yeah, it's just the one that's there when you, like, walk in
Yeah,
the door.
very
And that's the
just.
only decoration they have. Yeah, they have, like, one little small guy too, but
Yeah, and they changed their light bulbs to look like flames,
mm,
and we got more lights coming.
yes. Yeah, ours is certainly better, for sure.
Yeah, so that has been taking up my time with it, and I'll own that. I'll
But
own
still,
that.
like we said from the last episode, we did 2 legitimate workouts together, and then we also like the Seahawks game day, we got, like, 15,000 steps, and then, we went for a couple of walks together
Mhm.
too, because we're still recovering from our colds and stuff,
Yep,
so
and you worked out
we
this
eased back
morning.
into it, and then, yeah, the last 2 mornings, we worked out in the morning, which has been one of my goals, is to start doing it in the morning because, like we just talked about, it's very easy to make excuses in the afternoon to be like, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah, when you can get it done in the morning, it's just done,
Yep.
and your day does start out better. We talked about that on a previous episode and just how good it feels to get your day running and going with those
Yeah.
morning workouts, and you don't have to think about it for the rest of the day. Your body might be a little sore in spots progressively throughout the day, but it's done. It's over with. Get to just finish the day by doing the things that you wanna do, relaxing. Not that we
Well,
don't wanna
and
work out.
not even just relaxing, like I said yesterday morning before 9 AM, I had worked out, got my kid to school, got him fed, picked up the groceries, and started my sourdough all before 9 AM, and got some work done before we even left to go to school, and then came home and got to get right to work, and it felt good. You just feel so much more productive.
Right, the whole day is already
You're moving.
on a good path and good track,
Mhm.
and like you said, you feel way more productive, and that just makes you feel good in a lot of ways.
Yep. And I did the same thing today, and I didn't wanna get up, but I knew I was gonna regret it because I knew we wanted to do our podcast in the afternoon, and then I was picturing myself telling you that I was gonna go work out, but then I also wanted to finish my sourdough because it's the whole process, and then, make dinner and all that stuff, and so I just got up and did it, and I'm
Yeah,
glad I did.
and I felt bad for not getting the workout in this morning, but
No,
I'm
you
just
needed to rest.
sick.
Yeah.
I thought it was bad last time, and this time, like, I'm not gonna go into all the details of what everything looks
Yeah.
like coming out of me, but good God, it's bad.
Yeah. And he legit slept all day.
Ah, NyQuil, it's
That's
a
actually
miracle
being
thing.
sick. That's taking care of yourself still too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hydrating. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Yeah, so we have been getting back into the routine, been active.
Well, and another nice thing of having a partner that does it with you is that if I just keep doing it, then when you are feeling better, I can be like, all right, you have to get back to it with me, you know?
Mhm. And I kinda looked at briefly, I didn't look at all the details of the workout that you wrote up on the whiteboard, but I've been just knocking our workouts out, and what I know is a very easy, attainable list to do in 30, 45 minutes, as long as we're moving and going. I don't know how long you worked out this morning, but it was a good multi-tiered, broken down, segmented workout that it looked like I had at least 3 or 4 parts
Yeah, I
of
did
it.
a warm up and then I did 3 8-minute AMRAPs and each one had like a actual lift in it and then cardio and like some other kind of smaller like dumbbell thing like like the hip thrusts and things like that.
Yeah, it looked good,
Yeah.
and so I'll start varying up how I write our workouts, and you can sprinkle in workouts that you find and wanna do, and we'll just keep it varied, and that way it doesn't get boring. Not that working out with you is ever boring, we have fun every time we do it, but
Mhm.
just so it doesn't become monotonous to
Yeah.
keep doing those same structure workouts, because I can do that. I mean, I have all this education experience, but I do get into a pattern of certain workouts and structures of workouts that I like to write.
The workouts that you write are generally, like, pretty CrossFit oriented, where you have, like, your compound movement, and then part B that has, like, cardio and maybe some other small, like, lifting or body weight movements, which is fine. I honestly, I asked ChatGPT to write me a workout this morning, and it wrote some crazy thing that had, like, 4 parts, and each one had, like, 8 movements in it, and I was like, "I'm not doing that." And
No, that's
so
too much.
then I took those 4 parts and condensed it into 3, but still did, like, you know, made sure I had lifts in each one and I didn't cherry pick, like, I did burpees even though I didn't wanna do burpees,
Nice.
you know?
Well, that reminds me, I've been seeing a lot on, I guess, High Rocks Boston just happened,
Mhm.
and it was put on by Hard Work Pays Off, which is Matt Fraser's, like, company that he started, and he was the 5-time in a row CrossFit Games champ after Rich Froning, and I got really into it around Rich Froning's first year, and then when Rich Froning went away from the individual over to the team, that's when Matt Fraser came on the scene and just ran away with it. And he retired from competing in CrossFit back in like 2020, I want to say. And now he's the main title sponsor for High Rocks Boston,
Oh, that's cool.
and he's getting into it. You're seeing this transition and trend of all these CrossFit high level athletes, whether they're still competing or they're former competitors, going into High Rocks and loving it. And that's something that we're still going to be working towards
Mhm.
doing one day, is competing in a High Rocks competition for the couples section of it. And
Yeah,
that'll
I
be a
think
lot
it
of
just
fun.
sounds fun. I'm sad we can't do the Vancouver one, but I really also think the date is stupid for the Vancouver one, so I don't blame us for that one.
Yeah. Just too difficult
Plus,
with
it could be
holidays.
fun to travel and do a High Rocks competition somewhere else.
And they're probably going to bounce around
Well,
where
they
they're
do
going to do
bounce
them.
around, but, like, right now, they're just, like, not anywhere near here
Yeah.
besides the Vancouver
I
one.
would be surprised if like Seattle doesn't get one
I think
coming
that's
up.
why they did Vancouver, though.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll
But
find out. I would love to get us some kettlebells.
yeah, that's, like, the one thing we're missing.
Yeah, kettlebells, and then I mean sandbags are easy to make.
And to set up the thing you got for my birthday, the
Oh, the pulley system.
mhm,
Yeah, I still gotta find a good spot for
yeah.
that. I'm gonna have to make something.
Now that the landlord did his last inspection, I really don't see any
Yeah,
issues with putting it
it's free game now.
well, he didn't care because we're taking care of the house, so I think if we did put it into one of those what are they called? The 2 by 4s.
Oh, the rafter.
No. Well, we could, but, like, also just the
Oh, just the 2x4 on the siding?
yeah,
Yeah, we can do that.
yeah.
We'll figure something out.
Because you said you would, but you were worried about putting holes in it, but I really don't think you'll care.
It's all fair game now.
Yeah,
We
well,
got
we have another year, but also, like I said, he glanced in there, but he was like, "Yeah, it's fine," and then he moved on.
sweet. Well, then I
Because
can
you can tell
definitely
we take care of it. You're not just gonna punch a hole in the fucking siding,
why not?
you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so we can get that set up. And yeah, and that's what we were talking about, just slowly piecing together everything that we want and need.
Mhm.
And we are damn close to having all of it.
Yeah.
And it's a very good functional home gym
Mhm.
right now. I mean, there hasn't really been anything can't do in there. I did box jumps onto the bench like a week ago or whenever
I'd
we
still
did
like
that.
to get a regular box
Yeah,
too.
we do need a box. But those are the little things that you just as we find and have time,
Yeah, I don't wanna
assemble,
get a
put
box till we
together,
get
and
rid of those boats. There's nowhere to
yeah.
put it.
I thought those were gonna be gone, but we got rid of the truck even quicker.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's bad season for it. It's
Yeah.
fall, winter. Right before spring hits, then that's when all of the outdoor adventures start.
Mhm.
And even for us, we can go camping like we were talking about, all
Mhm.
that good stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, so that has been our fitness update, a little bit of life sprinkled in there. And I can tell how nasally I'm sounding. So this will be a very fun one to listen back. It's going to be a little bit shorter episode for us, but that's all right. We still got it in. We went over everything.
We should have our first guest next week.
Oh yeah, we are in talks with someone about potentially being a guest on the podcast who, from what we have seen, has some new takes on how fantasy football should be run and operated.
Yep,
Eh,
creating an app of their own.
yeah, and so we'll go. Hopefully, that don't know exactly a date or episode when that's going to be locked in.
Well, they said they wanna join next Tuesday for a
Oh, well,
recording.
there we go.
Yeah.
So episode 9
Mhm.
could
We'll have
have
our
our
first
first
guest.
guest, which will be super cool. And I'm excited to talk shop with someone who has a different idea on how fantasy should be run
Yeah.
and how league structures should be because you do it for so long. I mean, fantasy is always fun, but it does get a little monotonous. I've said monotonous twice now. That's apparently my word of the day. Not monotonous, but you want to see changes. Everything that we do, we want to see some sort of change. And I found out with a 14-man league, I don't like that change.
Yeah.
But yeah, so look forward to that. And then join us every week. You can follow us on all of our socials, Fantasy Fitness Pod of some variety or the other. And then you'll see our logo, you'll see our faces, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify podcasts, Apple podcasts, pretty much anywhere you can think of, you can find us. And that's where you get to see the rest of our weekly just content and posts about life, football, and just things that we find interesting ourselves, but you can't see it unless you go like, subscribe, and follow it and go check it out. So until next week, we will see you guys then and bye.